Hi everyone. Okay, so we're going to do the Mantis right now. We're going to bring them in for the heart chakra. We're going to be focusing on the sin of envy, and there's a lot to do with envy and how it's perceived, and how different things can also be that of envy that we don't all quite understand, although we do understand it on a deeper level. So if we look at the word envy or the meaning of envy, generally it has to do with where you are not happy about someone's successes, and at the same time you desire those successes for yourself, and that's where you become envious. Now recently in my healings, it's been shown that people have a fear of envy, or people being envious of them. That's been coming through a lot, and that will hold us back from going after our dreams and desires. And most recently, it's been shown a lot to do with grateful. And grateful is an interesting word that also we need to be very careful for when we are grateful of things. For example, if your child falls, or you witness a car crash and you're grateful that it wasn't you, these are also being shown that they are a part of envy. And we need to be careful when we show a place of gratitude, but in a frequency of gratefulness that happened to someone else and it didn't happen to you, and or vice versa, that happened to somebody else and you believe it should have happened to you. These are frequencies of gratefulness, and they're very different from the frequency of appreciation or gratitude, and it's almost the polarity of it. And so gratefulness has been shown with envy in the heart. And so it's always good to have understanding of certain patterns, brain waves, that we have, so that we can be aware of when we think them, and we can rewrite them to be in a more unified place of gratitude and appreciation versus gratefulness of cause and effects that affected you or didn't affect you, nonetheless affected someone. And so it was also shown to me that energy always needs to make contact somewhere. And so with envy as well, they're showing that. And with any of the 7 deadly sins, this energy that is created, harnessed, amplified, it needs to make contact somewhere. So always keep that in mind, literally in mind, of what energy you're giving your attention to make it grow. Anything you give your attention to creates it. Anything you give your attention to more and more and more and more makes it grow and grow and grow and grow. And so with, great power comes great responsibility. I'm just getting a download now. So we always have to keep that in mind, that the more ignorance that we're losing, the more responsibility that we need to embrace. And we're wanting everybody to become more responsible for their actions, for their thoughts, for their dharmas, their causes, for their karma, their effects. Okay, because everything, all energy needs to make contact somewhere. And often we'll see glitches in the matrix where your energy might have went over there, and there's a glitch, and someone can get hurt just in that amplified energy. That's just one example, but you know how there really is a cause and effect to everything that we do and to everything that we don't do. So in order to heal our hearts, we need to really bring more compassion into them, and not the compassion of suffering together. The compassion is that of a true frequency of love with understanding, acceptance, patience, all these beautiful virtues, attributes that are placed in unification, in a unity consciousness of a love frequency. And it's like a ruby red slipper, and that's what we'll be bringing in today. And when we have understanding of it, as well as the mantis can have us harness a lot of beautiful beauty without a lot of emotional attachment. When we have emotional attachment attached to true compassion, our self-worthiness can start to falter the open heart, and it can make it close. As forgiveness is attached in compassion as well, and if we are not forgiving of our actions or the way we've been, or maybe something I've said right now has triggered something in you of recognition of something you've said or done, like, oh wow, I didn't realize that I was sending that malicious energy out. I wasn't meaning to. And that's your first indicator of something you didn't know before. You had ignorance to it, and now you're overcoming that, and you know something now. And this is moving forward. You need forgiveness for that ignorance. You just do. You can't keep holding yourself back or in a frequency of closing your heart, because more than anything, we need our human hearts, which are so powerful in the universe. Human emotion is so powerful. And this is honestly why the mantis wish to help us, is because this frequency, it can expand into the universe. It's very powerful. If we can learn how to harness true compassion and amplify it through the emotional love and controlled self-worth, conviction of who we are, and just forgiving all attributes of ourselves, it's powerful, you guys. And that will be harnessed and gifted to not only Gaia, but the universe. And we've all heard that there's so many galactic teams and families all here for Earth at this time of ascension, because it's important. It's on such a larger scale, and we still can't perceive it properly. But what we can perceive and understand is that our hearts have been closed, and we're needing to open them so that we can harness and feel worthy of this beautiful energy that is wanting to come in. And it's going to ease your minds, and it's going to want you to live and thrive more than ever before. So if that sounds good to you, then find a quiet place where you can sit or lay down, and we'll tap into the mantis. And we're just going to tap you into your guides, your higher self. I'm just calling benevolent divine archangels and ascended masters. Please join us at this time. Ask your higher self to oversee, your angel of truth, or also going to call on Lady Nada. She is all love. We can also call on Jesus if he is one of your guides, Christ consciousness. We're just going to ask for egos to be put aside at this time, just to relax our minds, align our chakras, clear our energy fields, just to allow any worries of the 3D, 4D dimension to just be removed at this time. And start breathing. The deeper the better. And if you want your eyes open, you can light a candle and candle gaze. You can hold a crystal for support. You can put an intention in there to open your heart chakra, to have protection and a barrier around your auroric field, but that heart chakra be able to penetrate people and things, earth, anything living, needing love, but your open heart will touch their hearts, and like a chain reaction and a domino effect, start awakening and setting free a lot of people, opening their connection to something so much greater than what we've been experiencing on the planet for decades, centuries. We're just going to bring in forgiveness and discernment and protection. And we're going to bring in true compassion, oneness, unity. So I just want you to imagine that you are laying down on a mantis, not a mantis, but a mantis MedBed, which is made out of different crystals and minerals, different metals. Very soft. There's an energy of pillow top on these beds, and they're meant to be light as a feather, your energy. So allow your body to just settle in this energy. Breathe in. We're just going to start elevating, going to the 5th dimension, through the 6th, transferring into the 7th dimension. Seventh dimension, you are in an energy field with the mantis. This energy field has all different shades of green, emerald, jade, moldavite, opal, This energy is going all around your body. It has a substance of mist, mystical magic. It has wisdom, unconditional love, acceptance, peace of mind, and a lot of gratitude. Just going to bring in forgiveness. Allow yourself to heal today. Boramashia turarashaya turamashia kurashi. Boramashia oshanamakatora mashakia ko. Tasanamoshia kurarashia tirakotora makata. Mekoto koto kotana makatira koto. Borashaya turamashi. Mokana moshia turarashaya tirako. Mona mashia turarashia turabashakura ma. Mona mashia nona mashia kura mashakaya tu. Makatana moshia turarashi. The mantis are just going to start analyzing your aura. So they're going into your solar plex. I think they're just wanting to see how you're feeling, how your intuition is, how this energy is settling in you, if you're having triggers. Basana moshara makotora mashi, bona mashayo sora shi ha, mora shakura shi ha, dora mashia ura sha. They ignited something in the solar plex, and it almost looks like you turned into almost like a sage bunch, like a bunch of sage that has been charred a little bit, like the outside of it has been burnt, somewhat mummified, or a certain moth type of cocoon. And it's similar to a banana leaf that you would cook inside of, and now that is your outside capsule. And they're just going to start removing the leaves of this sage bunch, but they're showing it as skin grafting. So it's like they've wrapped you in a protective element that they can now remove from you. And just like sage is very purifying, there's a lot more attributes to sage. So with them wrapping you in this and burning that sage to alleviate a lot of the density of the heart, there's been so much torture in our past lives, and for a lot of us in this life, and even just the remembrance of past lives coming up, or lower energies purging or transmuting for the earth. These can be very burdensome, and so this sage wrap is a gift. It's to bring an immense amount of mercy and justified grace, justifiable grace, in your releasing that burden of discontent or disconnection, and just to feel completely renewed. Your level of belief and trust in this process will have to do with your receptivity to such a gift of just releasing that burden without any more working on it. Just allowing. Just allow. Vosenama kultura mashie kutakana makatai. Vokatana makoto koto namakatai etuda mashie tu. He say we still need to smoke the sage around the body. So some of you might even feel heat, or some of you might smell smoke. Be definitely open to those sensories or gifts of acknowledgement. Open the mind to experience more at this time, to feel more at this time, to be more at this time. So they're bringing in blue sky. There are white clouds here, but they're very beautiful and happy. And for anyone that has a fear of fire or smoke, you're more than welcome to have your soul go up on the clouds and watch or observe this process of cleansing, smudging the body. And just breathe. So the MedBed is just being ignited in flames. We're just going to burn this outer layer, allow it to smoke. And I can see a lot of you, some of you have a lot of black smoke coming off, meaning that there has been a lot of suppression when it comes to relieving anger, resentment. Obligation is being shown as well. So sometimes we hold on to things that we think is a responsibility, and it's not. We need to let go of these. We have to allow ourselves to thrive and move forward at this time. And this constriction on the heart has a lot to do with feeling that we need to stay where we are to hold the fort together, when really all structures are falling down right now. And we just need to be in a state of willingness, in a state of gratitude, to help us feel our hearts, help us feel love and higher frequencies on a much deeper resonance. And that is truly what is going to ignite that spark within us to thrive, that light to be harnessed, to project, into the world, that of more abundance. Boshina makatira koto katana makata, e koto kotara makatira koto kota kaladira koto shirapakatira koto. So all of you on these beds, we just look like a Cheech and Chong spiff or joint, and it's just smoking, and the actual field isn't smoky. It's very much like outdoors, so it just looks like little fires on this field. And breathe in. Breathe in gratitude and acceptance and forgiveness. And breathe out remorse, constraints, fears of losing love before you've obtained it. Any fears you have that are attached to love, that you have attached to love. Allow those attachments to burn off at this time. Just hold that oneness, that frequency of love. They're placing a golden star in your heart. This is a star of hope and healing and destiny. Just allow that star to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. So bright that so many stars in the universe can see your light. Connect with Spirit 5D and above, or if you work with the Holy Spirit, just connect with the Holy Spirit all throughout the universe. All the highest frequency of truth. That is what you connect your heart with, and nothing lower than that. From this day forward, you are in full, complete protection through these higher dimensions and realms and higher beings of support and truth. Trust that connection of truth. Understand they're still working on your solar plex. So when you get a trigger or a sensation of someone you are around, trust yourself. And don't let any niceness or people pleasing push away that initial instinct, that feeling in the belly. You need to trust your truth. Breathe in ease into the heart. Hear the heart. Ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. Breathe into the heart. The vitality of your heart is increasing. The amplitude, the frequency, the vibrational energy that's coming out and needing places to connect is being amplified. And it will only connect with higher 5D energy and above in your reality, amplifying, amplifying. But the feeling and the resonance and the receptivity from others. This frequency will vibrate into them, and they too will begin to understand more exists in their reality. Some people will feel it and write it off as a good cup of coffee or a whimsical wind in the air, and others will start to strive after it. It will start to guide them to their light, to their truth. And through your strength and your worthiness and your belief in yourself, you will be all that you need to be, which is that of truth and light. Feeling good, feeling wonderful, feeling bliss and ease and peace and harmony, and desiring that for you as well as for them. There's more than enough for everyone in the universe to tap into this frequency. Everyone can share it. Everyone can obtain it. Everyone can harness it. They just need to release anything that stops them from harnessing it. Disillusion and limiting beliefs, just like you and I have been working on. So allow the star to just amplify a bright light in your heart, the warmth spreading out through your body. Feel the gift that keeps on giving, and receive it. Arms wide open. Embrace this gift. Embrace this light. So you've all been elevated, and you're hovering over your med beds, standing straight upwards. So you're still in these cocoons, but I can see you through there, so a lot has been burnt off. I can see your heart chakras like glowing lights, almost like firefly butts, just pulsing in all of you. While the toning was coming in, we were connecting with one another. And there is like a beam of energy like a power tower, and we were amplifying this tower, and it was amplifying outwards as well, and it was almost like Monsters Inc., where you harness the energy, ting, and that's what happened. And now this beam of light is just, it has like an energy of like a beautiful huge Christmas tree that, you know, in New York City, that you would light up, the event of a light up, and then people just awe in its glory of what we've all come together to achieve. So just breathe in to your heart and give gratitude to yourself. Give gratitude to everyone here, and give gratitude to every heart that you are going to ignite. It's truly the gift of giving, that of which you've received. Boshina makatiro kotora maka, ushina makatiro moshi, bakotora mashi akura bashi, nakoto kotora makatai sinamoshi, dora mashakatiro koto. Okay, so the rest of the cocoon is just starting to open from your heart or your crown chakra, and just like petals of a flower just coming down off of you. And the light is just so vibrant on all of you. Just this revealing of these light pods of your capsule, of your being. Don't dim your light for anyone. Stay in this light of truth. So they're showing inside of your being now that you have like micro optics, fiber optics, which are these lights. You'll sometimes see them on Christmas trees where you don't have to put lights on them. In their pine needles, they'll have lights in them. These are in each of you. Generally, they're just 4 long strands within the core light, and they're going in different directions. So no matter what direction you are going in, this light is shining. All directions. There's also sensories in these lines of these strands that are in the body. And so they're almost like sensories, like a cat's whisker, where they are very sensitive and will know where to direct you. Sometimes they are shown to go off, and this is that sensory. You don't need to turn them off or on. They will do this automatically, and your sense of knowing, your senses will start to feel the reason or the purpose for that within your individual being. It will be different for a lot of us, or a lot of groups of us, will have different navigational reasons for them going off and on. Boshna makatira kotona makatai sidemoshi. Gotash or tikatagotash gota Boshna makatira kotona mashi tu. So it does have a lot to do with alignment as well. So when these are being turned off, it's not that you're not amplifying these energies still, but you're not receiving them. So again, this is going to have to do with your self-worth and your capability of receiving such beautiful energy into your being. So when we go off of alignment, as we do, understand the value of staying in alignment, and again with gratitude, it's such a beautiful frequency to harness. So when we deny ourselves this frequency, why would you? Okay. You don't need to. You deserve to be in this frequency always. Always. Understand that and move through emotions and thoughts that tell you otherwise. Document, make note of. That way you can help others to receive it, to be a receiver. Boshina makatira kotona makata, e kotona moshi etutara makatai sinamoshi. Ge kotona makatai sinamokoto katana makati. De kotakato kotakate kotaka pakatira kotakoto shikapakati te katakoto Human mind always why, where, how? No. So first he said no, N-O, and then he said no, N or K-N-O-W. So no to the questions, needing to know the answer, just know. Just know this is part of your path to open your heart to receive love, true love. Not only of a lover relationship, but of all things. Believe it into existence of true love with living life, trees, flowers. You can receive amplitude of energy, of higher frequency. It is all around you, and yet we're turned off to it. Turn on to it. Tune into it. Perceive it. Know it's there. Activate it in you. Activate it, amplify it in that of which it is. Interact with it. Connect with it. Be one with it. Charge your battery. Charge your soul. Masrakatora rashatura mashiatura mashiatura katira kotokotana makataya tariatu tarapatira kotor e kotakatokotaketiro koto shatiro tora basha e kotokotona mashiatura mashiatu. Breathe into the heart. He's showing it as a muscle, which the heart is a muscle, but he's definitely got reference to working that muscle. So really focus upon spending time over the next week, every day, of just breathing in connection, if it's with a candle, if it's with a flower, a plant, an animal, a child, where you are a tree, where you are energetically wanting to get to know that energy deeper, so that you can feel your heart deeper. You can feel your heart, your soul more. Do not deprive this of which you are. Moshana makatira kotono makata. Bekato namashiatu tanamasha. De kotakata 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 shikapakati de kotakata kotakata shikapakati de kotakata shatu takata kotakata de kotakata shati dora basha. So the opposite of envy is kindness. Okay, so during this week, really focus on your kindness for others, for insects, for anything living. Really work on your kindness, not niceness. Just be very kind. Honesty is kindness. Okay, so also insects in your house, just treat them with the respect of life that is in them. Okay, so be very much in a place of gratitude and respect, and understanding that every essence you can connect with, especially this week. Okay, so really, the more you practice this muscle, this gift of connection, of interacting with your crystals more deeply, really trying to harness that of which the crystal wishes to connect with you, whatever energy that is in this frequency of love, and harness it. Mercy. Have mercy over everything. Okay, you guys? So we're just going to, there's a wave of emotion coming through, and we're just bringing you back down into your area of where you are. And just breathe a couple times to get settled in your energy again. have a glass of water, connect with the water. Breathe that light into the water. See what the water reflects back to you. Reconnect with energy in everything in your environment. Be present. Be alive. Be human. And be so much more of your soul and higher self in your human body form. Okay, you guys, I'm going to let you here. You can have a nap or you can wiggle and come back to your existence and practice your energy exchange with life. And I will be around again soon. And thank you always for taking the time to do this. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.